another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the podcast. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans. This is my husband, Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
You may notice he sounds a little quieter than usual this podcast because he finally realized his microphone was turned up so much louder than mine, and he is now trying to amend the situation.
Yeah, I listened to last episode, and I was like, man, that a-hole is loud.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you that.
Turn him down.
This is what I've been trying to tell him.
Pot him
Why
down.
am I so much quieter than you? I don't understand. We're both sitting here next to each other, but his mic has been turned up obscenely loud, but he's finally corrected
They're
it.
at the same level, though. Well,
Okay,
not now. I'm down lower than you.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out on this week's episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast.
Lots happened since last episode. Lots happened.
We've been living life.
Oh, we went to Cowtown.
We did.
Town of the Cow. Funky Town.
I solved a huge mystery thanks to my lovely followers on Instagram. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about our weekend in Fort Worth that led to us wearing me wearing this fabulous hat on tonight's podcast recording. If you watch on our YouTube channel, which Alan and I record every Monday and Wednesday night live on our YouTube channel, just search for A Sandwich and Some Lovin', and then the podcast drop on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Central. So about 8 p.m. Central is when we record, 10 a.m. Central when they drop the following day.
Oh, and speaking of podcast, while you're doing that little promo stuff, babe, shout out to our sister podcast, I guess brother podcast, Chatty Daddies. Yours truly was a guest on their latest episode.
I forgot to listen.
Of Chatty Daddies.
I'll go back and listen.
I was on there with Nick, and I was on there with my man, JC Chavez, and we talked about parenting, and we also did some buffoonery, which was fun.
Did you get any good feedback from that?
No.
Nobody said anything?
No. No, the guy said it was great. I mean, we had a good time doing the podcast. We had a lot of fun doing the podcast, but I need to go back and listen myself.
I haven't listened.
But
since we're promoting other podcasts, listen to the Love Letters to Kellie podcast as well. If you listen to Love Letters to Kellie on the Kid Craddock Morning Show, we've turned that into a podcast. Me and producer Robert Ehrman, who reads the letters to me.
Stop talking.
I never hear them until he reads them live to me on the podcast. Same time as you guys hear it. So sometimes your opinions might be different from mine. And believe it or not, I have people slip into my DMs to tell me just how wrong they feel I am. And I'm like, get you on podcast and you can answer all the letters you want. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Wait, hold on. We'll pick that up.
Thank you.
Here.
But if everybody wants to disagree with me, that's fine.
Wow.
We'll get you on podcast and you can tell everybody else what you think.
Wow.
But until then, they're writing Kellie. That would be me.
You just big timed us all.
It's the hat.
Yeah.
It's the hat. It's making me cocky.
Right.
I'll be honest, I feel really cute in it. I feel really sexy.
That's a nice hat.
I need to work with it a little bit, play with the brim a little bit.
I didn't like your hat you borrowed from me, but that is a lady's hat and that looks appropriate for your head.
I feel, I don't know. It gives me a little bit of vinegar,
A little bit of
Yeah. I don't take no guff when I'm wearing my hat. Right?
One time somebody was trying to tell me a story and they just said, sometimes you feel a little, and I was like, whoa, I can't name this person though.
No.
So they get their feelings hurt.
Stop it. All right. So we've got to get to the final stretch of these 36 questions. You know how Alan gives me a hard time when I list anything over 5? He came up with a bit that has 36 questions.
Not true.
And we're going to get to the final third of those tonight. If you are strangers and you want to fall in love, these are the questions you would ask each other. So you can go back and listen to the past couple of podcasts to hear questions 1 through 24. But tonight we're going to answer 25 through 36.
So we're going to do that. Are we doing that before the feet?
We're going to talk feet. Finally, my husband put his long, skinny second toe up on social media.
Wait a minute. I just saw a figure
It
flash past the podcast room.
It's almost like a Bigfoot sighting.
Yes. It's like seeing the Yeti.
Lurking.
Yes. Homo sapiens teenagerus grumpus just walked by.
She must be ready to feed.
Yes. She did.
There
she goes. Whoa.
There she goes. Whoa.
I saw it. Did you see it?
I did.
I saw it.
She was slouching and smirking.
Yes.
Yeah, it was definitely her.
It was a bipedal figure.
It was her.
Yes. Okay.
I think I hear her. Oh, she's gone now.
It was a bespectacled bipedal.
Yeah, that's our almost 14-year-old.
Yes.
who for the past 2 months has been asking for her birthday presents early.
That's very Dylan of
Yeah,
her.
she's got 3 weeks to go to her birthday. She wants to go shopping tomorrow for an early birthday present.
Nobody asked earlier than Dylan.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so that was my 13-year-old daughter making a non-appearance on the podcast. So we do have a lot to get to. Feet talk. We're going to talk about the mystery I solved over the weekend thanks to my Instagram followers.
Wait a second, you're trying to jam more content
We're
in
just
here,
going to
babe.
plow through, babe. We're going to plow through.
And then we're going to review the magic show we went to.
Yes, we've got a lot to get to. So
All
let's
right,
get started.
but before we
First
do all
things
that-
first. Let's just get started.
Oh,
First
okay.
things first.
Okay, first things. We do the questions?
Plow through, yes.
Okay.
These are the final 12 questions. If you want to fall in love with a stranger, these questions are supposed to lead you to fall in love quicker. Now, Alan and I happen to be madly, insanely in love with each other, as you can tell each week when you listen to the podcast. But we have been answering the questions.
And it's really less about what Kelly and I's specific answers are. You may be interested in what our answers are, and that's great if you are. But this is more, I felt like, and Kelly and I talked about it a couple of days ago, this is more us just kind of role playing the types of questions you might ask somebody.
Right.
Or you might ask your partner if you're trying to create discussion.
Because a lot of these we already know the answers to, and that's not the point. This is supposed to be strangers asking these questions.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But these last 12, they get deeper, and we'll try to
Only going to make us deeper in love, babe.
Well, I don't know. Let's try to get through these things. Okay, question 25 in the last set of set 3 of the last 13 questions. 12 questions. Sorry.
12.
Question 25. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling blank. 3 true we statements.
We are both in this room looking pretty damn hot in our hats.
Is it in this room? Yeah.
It's just whatever. It doesn't have to be in this room, right? That's just
we are in this room.
Does it have to all be in this room?
Feeling. You have to say we're in this room feeling.
It's just a for instance.
No?
It says for instance.
Yes.
So it didn't have to all be in the room.
We are in this room. What am I, French? Good eye, mate. We are both in this room having fun doing a podcast.
That's questionable.
Okay.
Okay,
I panicked.
We are both very excited about our upcoming Mexico vacation over Thanksgiving, and yet a little worried about getting our dogs tended to for a solid week.
We went to Fort Worth stayed at a pretty nice hotel and are feeling a little more relaxed after the weekend.
Okay.
Little spring in our step, maybe.
We apparently still have lingering phlegm in our throats that we have to keep clearing our throats constantly.
We are both really tired because I snore and Kelly hacks at night.
All right, that was I've never felt more in love with you than I do right now.
Question 26. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share blank.
Why do I always go first? Why don't you go first on this one?
Complete this sentence.
Can't think of anything.
Wish I had someone with whom I could share blank. Whew. See how I mean?
idea.
See how I mean they get harder? I
got one.
Okay, let's hear it.
A timeshare in Mexico.
On. Now you're just being silly.
No, a timeshare in Mexico.
You wish you had somebody to do it, share a
Well,
timeshare.
not a timeshare, a house. Let's say not a timeshare, a house. Hey, when I was growing up, my daddy and some other man that I don't even know had an arrangement where they shared a boat. And one of the one family had the boat part of the year, and the other family had, you just kind of, this is the weekend I want the boat, and that's the weekend you want the boat. It was a beautiful arrangement. So I wish I had somebody that I shared a vacation home with. It doesn't necessarily have to be in Mexico. It could be anywhere. That'd be fun, right? There you go. Why has it got to be so deep?
Babe, I'm drawing a complete blank.
Well,
because
you're telling me my answer's wrong.
I share everything with everybody that I know.
Well,
I mean, what else?
Well, you want to sniff at
what
my
else
vacation
can I
house?
share?
A vacation house with somebody.
Okay, I'll share. I mean, I am drawing a complete
How
blank
about
on that.
a cabin? You'd like to share a cabin with someone? Would you like to share a horse? A motorcycle?
I thought you ride a horse, share a cowgirl, or something like that.
No.
Okay, I'm moving on. I'm not going to get bogged down. I'd have to think about that one. I know that's lame, guys, but I got nothing. That's a tough one.
You want to turn off your
Good
notifications?
night. 27. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know.
See, this is for strangers. We already are partners.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner,
share something I'd want you to know.
yeah, it would be important for me to know.
Well, I mean, you already know this, but it's really important for me to be right. I like being right.
And you're not right all the time. Question.
And what are you going to share?
What would be important for you to know?
Is it a battle of the assholes? You're always going to win. Now, y'all might think I'm being cruel, but he always says that.
And there's your Kelly's clap back.
But he always says that
for this week.
He always says that. That's his bit.
Oh, Boda? Yeah, I'm the UFC WBA undefeated Boda champion.
Yeah, but that's something you should probably let your potential partner know before we get into this. Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, I really like being right. And you'd say, hey, battle of the assholes, I'm always going to out asshole anybody. Well, you should say that, right?
Well, when confronted with an asshole, I too can assume the traits of an asshole. And when two assholes battle, somebody's got to come out on top. Typically, I win that battle. Okay. Because I can just be more
so you're not mad that I said that because he says that all the time.
Because I can just be more assholish. Okay. 28. We're moving right along here, babe.
Yeah, we're not bogging down this time.
Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. Okay. Again, this is more for people who just met, but a good question. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone that you first met. This would be something like, let me just throw out an example. This would be something like when Kelly and I first started dating, about our second or third date, I set up a date with Kelly. I had about 15 minutes to see her on the way home from a business trip. I was on the way to pick up my kids, and I said, hey, I'm going to peel off for 15 minutes before I get the kids. Can you just meet me somewhere and see me for 15 minutes? And I guess this would be something like her saying, well, gosh, I know we just met, but it really means a lot that you wanted to see me for just 15 minutes. Maybe I'm just throwing that out. Is that a good example of something like that you might say?
I don't think so.
Okay, well.
I don't think that's answering the question, but it's still very sweet.
Okay.
Wasn't that sweet that he just wanted to peel off 15 minutes for him? I would say I really love, I've said this before, I think how sweet you are with your children.
Oh.
It's very sweet. You have a very tender heart when it comes to your children.
Well, thank you, babe. Appreciate that. 29, share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life.
Well, I mean, I'm embarrassed all the time. I've said things on the radio that are embarrassing. I think getting divorced was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Why is getting divorced so embarrassing? It's so embarrassing. But I was very embarrassed by that.
I mean, at what point in our relationship did I tell you that I shit my pants?
Babe, we're cussing too much on today's podcast.
Did I poop my pants?
Well, you've told the entire podcast. Is it the
that's
story
true.
So
No, I didn't poop my pants at KFC. I almost.
You told that story.
No. I almost did, and I barely got my pants down, but I did.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't any toilet paper.
Right.
So then I had to crab walk to
right.
And then I was peeling off construction paper. And I'm like, what is this?
Right.
And the guy was looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what are you doing?
Paper towels.
I'm here trying to help clean myself. What are you doing, asshole? Get out of here.
Okay, we got to just back off the cussing. We've cussed too much.
I'll back off the cussing. Let's see. That was an embarrassing moment. 30. When did you last cry in front of another person by yourself?
Oh, I just cried right before we went on the podcast tonight. I had tears coming down my face, but it was tears of laughter. It was just so funny. Alan brought, I don't know why, this is not going to sound funny to anybody, but it's the truth. Alan came in and brought me my hat. I'm like, why are we wearing this hat? And I looked up and he's standing there in his little newsboard cap and he's just standing there in the doorway. He looked so innocent. He said, because it's hat day. And he just, the way he was so serious about it, it just cracked me up. The tears, I don't know, it just hit me funny and the tears started pouring. I couldn't stop laughing and crying.
There were tears of joy.
Yeah, I was just laughing. I couldn't stop.
When did I last cry in front of another person? Well, probably Kelly, I'm sure. By myself, I do that on the daily.
I remember the first time you cried in front of me was when your dog died.
Oh, yeah, when Sydney died.
That was really, yeah. You just lost it. You were so upset, which I did not judge you for. It was very sweet, but that's the first I remember vividly. The first time you cried in front of me.
Yeah, oh Sydney, she was a good dog. And then by myself, I don't know. I do that on the daily. 31. Tell your partner something that you like about them already.
Oh my God, that's redundant, isn't it?
Babe, yeah, don't put down the questions though.
Okay,
Remember,
let me pretend I just met you.
These are for people that are.
When I first met you, I thought you were really cute. I mean, I thought you were handsome. When I first met you, you thought like a movie star is what you told me.
Yeah, I did. I thought you looked like a movie star.
I'm trying to go back to what I liked about him already. And we had a good conversation. It was nice. You were nice. It was pleasant. I mean, that was just first impressions, right?
Yeah. You didn't have that hat on.
No, but if I did.
What if you had to come rolling in that hat and I had to come rolling in this hat?
I wouldn't roll up on a first date in a hat. Because I couldn't handle it, or he couldn't handle this. I don't know. Wearing a hat like this on a first date, I probably don't want to do that. Yeah,
it's bold.
Yeah, I'm just getting into the hat thing.
Right.
This is new.
What do you mean getting into the hat thing?
I mean, I try wearing hats, but everybody, it's something you just gotta embrace it and go for it.
Okay. 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
Well, there's a lot of really heavy topics. I get certain jokes comedians do when they start talking about God and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if we should do that. It's like sacrilegious stuff. I don't think that's very funny. But I do think God has a sense of humor. I mean, God gave us a sense of humor, and God, I think God delights in us laughing and having a good time and stuff. But I think sometimes when people start crossing some lines, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But, everybody has a different standard for what's sacrilegious or not. But there's other dark subjects, but we won't go there. I'll just leave it at that.
That's exactly what I was going to say, except I was going to say, we have a friend who will remain nameless. And sometimes he'll start cracking Jesus jokes. And I'm just like,
In front of me?
In front of us, yes.
I don't remember that.
Oh, all the time.
What are the initials?
I can't say. I'll tell you later.
Is it Bad Influence Jeff?
No.
Because I can't think of anybody that does that.
No. Does he even know who Jesus is?
Who cracks Jesus jokes?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding,
Jesus jokes in front of us?
Kidding. I'll tell you later. Okay, 33. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet?
I tell everything. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I mean, I pretty much tell everything. I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything?
I haven't stolen anything from anybody that I need to confess to. I don't think I owe anybody an apology right now. I don't think. I can't think of anything. And I wouldn't, if somebody did me wrong, I probably wouldn't want to end on that note and let them know you hurt my feelings. Okay, I'm checking out now. I just wanted to know I'm really mad at you because you said something that hurt my feelings. I wouldn't do that on the last note. But I think I don't know. I think I've covered all my bases. Do you?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think you have. I can't think of anything that you're holding on to.
Well, maybe I'd call. Well, I don't think I'll say that.
I don't know. Just I'd probably, there's a lot I'd like to tell my children.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to turn on the fan.
Babe, what are you doing?
I'm so hot. I had to turn on the fan.
Kelly just turned on the ceiling
I'm
fan.
so
It's
hot.
on. It's like 70 degrees outside.
Maybe if I take off my
but
hat. Maybe the hat's making me
Now
hot.
our papers are blowing away.
Okay, I'll turn it back on low. I was so hot. I had to turn on the fan.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, I just took off the hat. Maybe that'll help.
Okay. 34. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why?
Probably, well, everybody says photo albums, right? Let's not do that. Let's not do the typical. What would I save? What material possession would I save? Probably my my Louis Vuitton purse that Alan got me a couple Christmases ago. That's probably the most expensive thing I own.
Over your big box of well, that's not the most expensive thing you own, but
It's not?
What about your big box of
My laptop. I grabbed my laptop and charger. How about that?
what's your wedding gift I gave you? You gonna grab that?
Yes.
You have no idea what that is, can you? You can.
my
you
watch,
can't, you
but I'm
can't.
wearing it.
Okay.
I'm wearing it.
Okay. I would probably. Hey, I'm gonna be cliche. I got a big box of Evan's photos, and it's got photos from like my great grandparents.
Yeah, but photos are cliche.
Further than that.
The photos are cliche.
Well,
Everybody
that's
says
what I
that.
would. That's what I would grab.
All right.
And then at the same time,
You grab your guitar?
no, you can. Guitar's a guitar. You can get the box of photos is in the same place. It says one item, but the box of photos is in the same place where the safe is, and in the safe I keep this silver dollar. It's a Morgan dollar, and it's been passed down through a couple of generations of Evans's. My grandpa had it. I think my grandpa's grandpa had it, and Kirk, my uncle, had it for a while. My dad had it. And Kirk gave it to me a while back, so I have it now.
Yeah, I guess if we're all being honest, you probably just grab your cell phone and run like hell, right?
Yeah. Okay. 35. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing?
Oh, your children. Any of your children, because you're supposed to outlive your children, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's without saying.
When I was pre-reading these questions, I was like, oh yeah.
But if you just met and fell in love and assuming you don't have any children, it'd be your parent.
Yeah.
I haven't lost any of my parents yet. Either of my parents.
Yeah, but any, disturbing would be any child. Okay, and the last one, babe. These are all really. You could have talked an hour on each one of
We're
those.
not. We're plowing through.
So 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. So this is asking your partner for advice on a problem.
It's not even a partner yet. This is just somebody you've just met hardly and you want to fall in love with them.
And ask them how they feel about how you're handling
I
it.
advise against question number 36.
I guess too much?
You want to keep it light and breezy the first few dates.
The title of the article was How to Get to Know Somebody in
Yeah, but you're real.
36 questions.
That's real risky. Bringing your problem that early in a relationship.
Hey, I want to know.
Them,
No, I don't know. I disagree.
I don't know about that.
So you want to wait? You want to wait how long before you start?
Wait until they're in love a little bit and then lay them on, asking them for advice on a serious family. That would no. I disagree.
Now, I'm not saying lay out all your business on date one, but I mean, don't
well,
you
I
want
would
to?
keep
If
it
you've
real
got serious
surface.
business, don't you want to like get that out sooner than later? Huh?
No.
No, you
Not.
don't.
It depends on how serious it is. Because if there's a chance this might not work out, there's certain things you wait to bring up until you know, okay, we're in this for the long haul. This isn't like, it depends on how serious you want to get. As you're starting to fall in love, you don't lay out the ish right up front, I don't think.
Okay, so fall in love and then say,
No,
by the way,
when you realize you're getting a little bit more serious, like, okay, now we got to have a real conversation. But these people that show up on dates 2 or 3 and start laying out their problems and asking for advice, that could send somebody running screaming the other way because they're not invested enough in the relationship to like want to stick around for that. In my opinion.
man, I went on dates where it was like date 1.
So
and
you're
all this-
agreeing with me.
Oh, and all this stuff. I'm like, whoa,
Ex-wife
easy.
problems, ex-husband problems.
What is
know,
happening right now?
Certain maybe hygiene problems. Who knows what it is?
Hygiene
You don't. I'm
problems.
just saying. What is your problem? I don't know. People have issues.
What kind of hygiene problems?
People have problems. Sometimes people have issues.
I tooted.
We've all been around people who have issues, just like, why do they smell that way? And there has to be a reason. But you don't need to get into that on date number 3.
Okay, guys, so there it is. If you want to hear all 36 questions, go back and listen to the last 3 podcasts. But in summary, those were the questions from Mandy Lynn Catron's Modern Love Essay, To Fall in Love with Anyone, Do This. And those were 36 questions by the psychologist Arthur Aaron.
Stop at 35.
Woo!
In my opinion.
That, you will get to know somebody if you ask those questions.
I don't know.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I know it's in your opinion. But you know what's in my opinion? That in these times that have been just turned upside down, one thing has been constant. If you are a small business owner, you have used stamps.com before this crisis, you know how much you really grew to really appreciate all that stamps.com can do for you, especially when we were being told to stay home as much as possible. Business doesn't stop for a lot of people, especially if you are a small business owner and you're still trying to protect the business you have. Well, with stamps.com, you didn't have to worry about going to the post office. You could do everything you needed to do at the post office, at your business, at your home, 24/7, using your own computer and a printer. That's it. And with stamps.com, they give you a digital scale that helps you calculate exact postage. So that also saves you money. How many times have you had something returned to you because you didn't put enough postage on there? Not an issue anymore with stamps.com. Plus, you can print for any class of mail going anywhere in the world, and stamps.com will get you discounts you can't even get on your own at the post office, like 5 cents off every stamp and up to 62% off USPS and UPS shipping rates without those residential surcharges. Stamps.com really is a no-brainer. It saves you time, and more importantly, it's saving you money, because time is money when you're a small business owner.
And right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in sandwich. That's stamps.com. Enter sandwich.
All right. Let's talk feet, because I've been teasing this and promising you this, and I promise it's not going to be gross. A lot of people don't like to talk about feet, Alan.
Well, Kelly does, because one night about a week ago, I'm just laying there in bed. Kelly and Dylan and I are just kind of laying there, and all of a sudden Kelly looks down at my bare feet. She goes, "What's the matter with your second toe?"
That's not at all how it's happened.
And I'm like, "Well, my toes are jacked? What's up, Cashew?"
That's not at all what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
Very cruel.
And then Dylan's like, "Daddy, why is your second toe so long?"
That's what happened. I was like, wow, Alan, I never realized how much longer your second toe is than your big toe.
You used the word jacked.
I did not.
You did.
I did not. You did. You just did it about my fourth toe.
This is a he
and
said,
I'm very
she said.
sensitive
Who
about
do you
that.
think they're going to believe?
Me. I know they're going to believe
Don't
me.
answer that.
Anyway, I told him, because our little 8-year-old son is right there with us, and I would never say such horrible, cruel things about their father in front of him.
Like jacked?
Anyway, I said, well, you know what they say about women whose second toes are longer than their big toes. And I used to be very paranoid. I did when I was a little girl. I remember thinking, oh, I hope my second toe doesn't grow any longer, because we were told that meant you were going to henpeck your husband.
Peck, peck, peck. Peck, peck.
Be a nagger
Peck, peck,
and be a
peck.
controlling, dominating woman. I was like, I don't want to be that. But then Alan said he thought if a man has a second toe that's longer, that meant he was going to be henpecked, right?
No.
What did you say about
I had no idea what
Oh,
it meant.
somebody said
so I
that.
put it out on my Instagram. First of all, I wanted to know how many of you have a toe like mine, where the second toe is longer than Mr. Big Toe. 37%.
Yeah, about a third.
So the minority have a second toe that's
It's not so rare that it's weird.
No, but it's less than half. So some people said that what you said. It means the woman is
Going to be a henpecker.
going to be a henpecker. Some people said it means you're wise. Some people said it means you're dominant.
Right.
Some people said it means you're smart. It was all over the place on what it means.
Well, here's
So
the
what
thing.
does it mean?
There's a whole bunch you can learn about your personalities. They said back in the day.
What do long second toe mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you. back in the day, they said much like palm readers, a lot of people would read people's feet
Hello, hand.
to learn about their personality traits and their characteristics. And this has been going on for centuries. Who knew? But according to Petty Reviews, because I Googled because I wanted to find out.
Petty Reviews?
Petty Reviews.
How seedy
And
is that
an article, well, it's not seedy at all. It was because feet, everything is connected through your feet. I have told this story. My mother, when she was about my age, when she was a little younger than me, about 50, she went to one of those reflexologists, and the man was mashing her feet. You know, have you ever had to have your feet ever hurt so bad that your teeth hurt? Has that ever happened to you?
No.
It's happened to me. My feet have hurt when I stood on them all day. I used to work retail at my parents' stores. My feet would hurt so bad that my teeth would hurt, because you find out kidneys, organs, and everything are connected through your soles of your feet. So anyway, this man is pressing on her feet, and he said, "You need to start taking CoQ10." And she's like,
Ad?
"No, I'm just telling you. There's different. It's like a supplement. Different companies make CoQ10." But anyway, she started taking it then, because she's like, "I don't know, this is freaky deaky, but I'm taking this CoQ10," because she takes vitamins anyway.
Freaky deaky?
So about a year ago, she had some heart pains, and the doctor said, "Let's just err on the side of caution. Let's go find out what it is. It could be stress related. We don't know." She went and had that angioplasty. Is that where they do the
balloon?
The balloon and stuff? Mm-hmm. He told her the veins in her heart were as healthy and pink as a baby's. And he said it probably had to do a lot with that CoQ10. Anyway,
ad.
I digress.
Hashtag ad.
It's not an ad. I'm just telling you.
Hashtag not an ad then.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm still, this lingering cold. This is
for
unbelievable.
You're about to foul out. You're about to foul out. You're about to foul out.
Anyway, all right. So they said there are types of feet and what they mean. First, they call it the Roman foot. That's also called the common foot. This is what most people have.
Okay.
It's where your second toe and all the toes pretty much line up with the big toe.
So just like a slant.
Yeah. People with Roman feet come out as outgoing, easily sociable. Because they're outgoing, they tend to enjoy traveling. They have a penchant for new cultures. On top of that, they love learning new things, and they're often open to new experiences. The square foot, that's where they're like just a block foot. Think Barney Rubble. I used to date a guy. I used to tease him. I say, "You've got like Barney Rubble feet," because, you know, in the cartoons where there's like all the toes are exact same straight across.
So like 5 Mr. Big Toes.
Right. It's also known as the peasant foot. And people with this type of feet are considered to be...
That's kind of insensitive.
That's what it is.
That's kind of insensitive.
People with this type of feet are considered to be very calculative when making decisions. They tend to weigh both the negatives and the positives before they make any conclusions. And for this reason, they're regarded as very practical and reliable. Owners of square feet often make very dependable friends. The Greek foot is also known as the flame foot or the fire foot.
Whoa.
This is the one where your second toe is longer than the big toe.
So I have a Greek foot,
you have a Greek
also
foot.
known as the flame foot or the fire foot.
I guess because your toe flicks out like a flame.
Okay, what does this mean?
They tend to be sportier and highly creative.
Yes.
Often open to new ideas. They can also be welcoming to new people.
Yes, I like to explore.
But do you consider yourself welcoming to new people? You have a close circle.
I'm kind of like a junkyard dog in that respect. Yeah.
So these aren't 100% tried and true. Considered to be superb motivators and often make great leaders. On the downside, they tend to be quite impulsive, which makes them prone to occasional stresses.
Yeah, I think that's me.
The stretched foot, some of the outstanding features of this foot include toes that are tightly fused together with the big toe slightly pointed upwards. You know anybody like that? The foot looks quite elongated with a slim shape. People with this type of foot tend to be secretive, and they love keeping their personal spaces. Most are moody and sometimes impulsive. That must be a rare. So then we look at the toes. The big toe way longer than the others. You're a creative and a sharp thinker. If your big toe is smaller, you are an amazing multitasker. If you have a long second toe, that would be the flame foot. You have a higher chance of making a great leader, resourceful and dynamic. But if you have a short second toe, you value harmony and peaceful correlations with others. If you have a long third toe, resourceful, energetic, A shorter third toe, you enjoy the pleasures of life. A long fourth toe, you value family.
Then you just have a jacked foot.
Highly. You're a keen nurturer and a listener. Hard to disentangle yourself from other people's problems, though. Number 5, a small little toe, real like minuscule little toe. You are quickly bored, looking for exciting diversions. You shy away from responsibilities, and you're mischievous. People love keeping your company due to your witty and sociable nature. Other secrets your toes reveal about you: if you have the ability to wiggle your little toe separately from your fourth,
Can do
everybody's
it.
trying
Yes,
it.
I can do
Everybody's
it. I am
trying
doing
it when I
it
said
right
that.
now.
If you're wiggling your fourth toe separately,
Yes.
your little toe, your fourth toe is
I
not
am
moving.
looking down at it, and it's doing it.
You enjoy adventure, and you are a charming flirt.
Yeah, I am.
People who cannot do this
Come
are
get some of
considered
this.
predictable and loyal. Those who cannot wiggle their small toes at all make excellent life partners. If your second toe has a narrow base and a wide tip,
What? Wait. Whoa. Hey, hold on. Back up. If your
second toe has a narrow
has
base,
a narrow base
and a wide
tip,
you are very communicative. You are a good mood type.
What if it has a wide base all the way up to the tip?
No, it says a narrow base and wide tip. I haven't gotten there.
No. But the whole thing is wide.
I don't know.
All the way to the tip.
I'm just reading this. If you are a good mood type person with this type of toe, you're safe being around them. Otherwise, stay far away. So if you have a skinny second toe with a big top and they're moody, run.
No, wait a second. So that means if it was like a skinny toe and then a big head on
Like
it?
a big bulb, yeah. If your third toe is tilted and pointed towards the little toe, your third toe tilted and pointed to the little toe, you are a good planner, often highly organized in almost everything you do. Toes with unusually long necks, I guess it just means long toes.
I'm confused
Very
on the
expressive.
terminology. Is the shaft part of the
I guess
toe,
that's the
is it a
neck.
neck or is
That's
it
the neck.
is it a base? What do you call it?
Well, I guess it's both. Very expressive. If you have a massive toe pad,
Ew, then you're like
you're a deep thinker
you're like
and
a gecko.
calculative. If you have a gap,
Sorry, I was talking over you. What are you?
You're a deep thinker and calculative.
Okay.
If you have a gap between your second and third toe, you are excellent at managing emotions. You're able to separate emotions from the task at hand or with dealing with different people. If you have wide feet, you're a naturally hard worker. You hate idling around. You're almost always on the move. If you have a high arch, let me tell you, I have very high arches. I cannot get boots. They don't have zippers. I can't get any cute things. It's hereditary. But let me tell you what it says about me. I am self-sufficient and independent.
If you have high arches?
Yes, low or average arches, all you low and average arch people, you are sociable and you value the company of
You
others.
should be able to run fast too, and that's not true.
Long, narrow feet, you love to delegate duties. You make excellent managers. So if you have a long, like if you women are a size 10 narrow, you're a good leader, a good manager.
Because they're always putting their foot in someone's ass.
Hard skin formed on the outside of your heel. You tend to be insecure and you're often unsure about facing the future.
Yeah, because you got calluses
'cause you're
on
rocking back?
You got calluses on your feet.
Anyway, that's all the little news I have on your feet. Everything. Isn't that interesting? And I bet everybody listening to the podcast has looked at your feet more in the past 5 minutes than you've looked at them probably in the last month.
Who knew when we posted that video of my foot that
So
there
much
was
knowledge.
all that knowledge you just dropped on the feet?
Right. It's crazy, right? I've been paying a lot of attention to my feet lately. A lot. I have been using that tool that the listener recommended with the pumice stone that like rotates. I forget the name of it right now. I've been using that. I got my little Avon foot cream that a listener sent to me. Thank you so much. I've been using salves and ointments and wearing socks to bed. No matter how hot I get, I keep them on.
You know, I'm kind of hot and cold on feet. Here's what I think about feet. I like ladies' feet. Now, I'm not a foot fetish type of guy.
Yeah, you don't really go crazy.
I don't
about
go
my
crazy
feet.
about feet, but I like nice feet.
Well, how do you feel about my fourth toe?
If you have feet that look like you have like corn nuts super glued to your toenails,
Yeah.
I'm out on that. But most ladies, I mean, most ladies take care of their feet.
I try.
And you know what else I like? And I've told you this before. I like the foot tattoo on a lady. The kind of the scroll looking thing.
I'll tell you,
I think that's pretty hot.
If I had to get one, I love what Nicole Richie has. She has like an anklet tattooed on her foot, and across the arch, which mine is very high, by the way, she has like a cross. It's like almost like a rosary, I guess, that's going on the top of her foot. I think it's very elegant looking.
I like the foot tattoo on the lady. Now, man feet, it makes me want to puke.
You still haven't addressed my cashew toe.
Makes me absolutely want to throw up in my mouth when I see a dude and he's got like hairy freaking Captain Caveman looking feet, and there's toe jam in them.
Gross,
and they
Alan.
Look sweaty.
Okay, gross.
And he's got calluses on them and they're yellow.
Okay, gross.
Yeah,
okay, you don't
exactly.
need to be. You don't need to be that descriptive.
Well, that's what grosses
but
me
what
out.
about my feet?
And then typically you see that at like a restaurant. It's like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Why are they have their shoes off in a
cover
restaurant?
Your feet. What are you doing?
Are you just deflecting?
What
about my feet?
What about your feet?
You know about my feet.
What,
How do
your
you feel
cashew
about
toe?
them?
Well, I'm used to it now. I mean, it's
Used to it now, so you tolerate it until you got used to it?
Well, no, I don't think about it. It's not
Okay.
top of mind for me.
Well, you brought it up earlier tonight, my cashew toe.
Well, I wanted to know what they said about a cashew toe.
Shockingly, there was nothing there. Nothing in this study.
Let me ask you something. If somebody said, okay, we need your little toes on both your feet for a study, and we're going to take them off surgically. You're going to go to sleep. When you wake up, you're not going to have either one of your little toes. But you really don't need a little toe.
I heard somebody
you're not
say,
going to fall if you don't have your little toe.
somebody say if you don't have your little toes, you'll fall over.
Okay, now, but listen. If they said, we can do that for you, you name the price, and we'll pay you whatever price you want for those two little toes. First of all, would you do it? Would you let them surgically remove your little toes?
I don't know. It depends.
Well, no. What's the answer?
It
Yes
depends.
or no?
Like, am I in a financial situation? Is this going to set me for life? Can I put millions on it? Yeah, I do it for millions of dollars.
Well, maybe there's a cap. Maybe there's a $2 million cap.
Maybe I'd have to see the long-term ramifications. Plus, I could just wear really cute, narrower shoes.
So you'd let them take a body part for money.
It depends on what body part.
Wow.
Why are you looking at me? Should that be one of your 36 questions?
See, if I wrote that article, I'd come up with questions like that.
I mean, come on, you got to be practical.
Yeah.
Everybody give up something for the right amount of zeros, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting. Same with your pinky. Do you really need a pinky?
I would like to keep it.
Well, yeah, I'd like to keep my pinky, but do you really need a pinky?
But why would this ever? This is like one of those.
Well, then
that's
you'd be
never
like a
going to
Disney
happen.
character. All the Disney characters have 4 fingers.
Yeah, but it's one of those hypotheticals that's like, and then people get mad over hypotheticals.
Why?
Let me tell you, my ex-husband and I got in a huge fight one time.
Huge.
So huge.
Huge.
Because we were talking about winning the lottery. It's a hypothetical. The odds are 1 in a bazillion you're going to win. So we're talking about what we're going to, because the jackpot in Texas, it gets really big every once in a while. We're part of the mega lottery.
Powerball.
So it was just astronomical amount of money, and nobody had won it. It's been weeks and weeks. And that was like, what will you do if you win the money? I said, well, I would buy a house for everybody in our family. I'd buy one for my parents. I'd buy one for your parents, for my brother. I'd buy just houses for everybody. He said, well, I'd make a movie. He would make a movie starring him. And I got so mad at him because I said that was so selfish. How selfish. You'd make a movie. And we had one of the hugest fights ever because of a hypothetical, stupid, what you do if you won the lottery. I thought his answer was selfish.
Over money, neither one of you numbskulls
That
had.
we were never going to win.
Right.
So anyway, it's a hypothetical. So losing a body part for how many zeros? We can all be mad about it, but that's not going to happen.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, babe. Well, gosh, foot talk. That was interesting. I always like talking about feet. It's a kind of an interesting subject. Feet.
No, people don't typically like talking about feet. You're making that go crazy.
Well, that's
because you're
okay.
doing that.
That's fine.
All right. You know what I do? What I do love telling you about, because they've been a longtime sponsor of our podcast, is Framebridge.
Framebridge.
And Alan and I were just talking about some actual some photography photography projects for him. He's really good with taking pictures, and we want to do some big black and white. We went to this furniture store the other day, and some of the artwork. Have you seen all these pictures of like animals' faces in black and white? And you see them everywhere, like these giant poster size of a llama looking at a camera, or a donkey, or a cow. And we were like, wouldn't that be so cool to have that of our dogs, Zoe and Larry? And so we're going to do that. Alan's going to get the camera out and try to do these beautiful black and white portraits. But of course, when that happens, who are we going to trust to frame those so we can hang them like an art gallery in our home? And that's FrameBridge, because FrameBridge makes it easier and more affordable than ever to frame your favorite things without having to leave the house. We're all trying to do as much as we can from home anymore. You can add a gallery wall to your home office, or you can send the perfect gift. I'm telling you, with FrameBridge, it arrives so beautifully packaged. It's really incredible. It's all about presentation, which I've come to learn the more things I order at home. You've received things at home, you're like, what is this? Is it even broken when you get it? They are so loving with your precious photo, with any, like if you have a christening gown you want to have put in one of those framed boxes, FrameBridge can do all of that. They do it by hand. If you're questioning your taste, you're like, I'm not really sure which frame I want to use, they will have free designers that will help you make the right decision. And instead of the hundreds you would pay at a framing store, their prices start at just $39. All shipping is free. Plus, our listeners get a really special deal, 15% off their first order when you use our special code that Alan's going to tell you about right now.
So get started today, frame your photos, or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code SANDWICH to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH. One more time, babe. Framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH.
And get started on those big black and whites. I'm so excited to see how those turn out.
I need to get the camera back out.
You do. Our dogs have the sweetest faces. You can see some of them on Larry and Zoe. That's their Instagram account, Larry and Zoe.
At Larry and Zoe on Instagram.
So cute.
They got like 5,500 followers
They're
now.
Sweet little faces. And I'm going to tell you, Zoe has got the cutest eyes. She looks at you and she's our schnauzer. She kind of tilts her head and she's got these big black button eyes. Just gorgeous. Love that dog.
Very pretty dogs. Pretty and handsome. Okay, babe. So we're going to bring it home for Jerome by talking about, real quick, our fun weekend in Fort Worth. We did not have the cheering, so we boarded the dogs and went west to the town of the cow, Cowtown, Funky
Fort
Town,
Worth.
Fort Worth, Texas. Then we stayed at the Worthington Hotel, which is a very nice hotel. It was redone because I have a friend who's an old friend of mine. His name's David McGee, and David McGee, Kelly's still hacking. David,
I put my mic down.
oh, you did? They could probably hear it on mine though. David McGee is a magician. He's a professional magician. This is what he does for a living. And he's doing a magic show, or he's on a tour now. He's going around to different cities and doing a show called The Experience.
Something you worked on during quarantine.
Yeah. He's an entertainer. That's what he does full time. And with COVID, he's kind of been at home like everybody else and hasn't been able to work. So now he's slowly getting out there and he's doing these small, intimate shows for about 40 people, 45 people on each show. So he invited us to Fort Worth to come see him at the Fort Worth Club. And what'd you think? What'd you think of the show?
I thought it was a lot of fun. We invited we have a couple couple's friends that are couple, whatever, what would you call them? It's a married couple we're friends with, Greg and Erica, and they live on the other side of Fort Worth. And, so it's really hard for us to sometimes get together. So it's like, let's meet in the middle of Fort Worth. And so they went with us, and it was a lot of fun. We went to dinner. We went to the magic show, and it's so fun because I've seen a lot of this stuff with Alan, and Alan's told me a lot of stories, but to experience with somebody who hasn't seen it at all, that's really a lot of fun. And it's also fun when you have a couple cocktails, as you've told me.
Yeah. Oh, magic's always better.
It is fun. The part of it is you're trying so hard to figure out how do they do it? But what Alan's taught me and what I have learned is you don't want to know. You think you want to know, but you don't want to know because that ruins the fun.
But David doesn't do as long as I've known him, I've always kind of tried to sponge as much as I can off of him. And he's
not sawing anybody in half.
No,
it's
no,
not
it's
that
not.
kind.
It's not like I call that like that stage magic, cheesy magic.
It's not cheesy. It's exciting.
He does cool stuff.
But see, I went and sat front row. My girlfriend Kristen, that we went to dinner with a couple of weeks ago. Kristen and her husband Ross,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's from Las Vegas, and she took me home just for a trip. We went there and. We went and managed to get front row to Siegfried and Roy.
Let's see what has become of Roy.
And you don't want to sit front row because guess what? You can see a lot of the illusions, how they're done, and it ruins the mystery and the magic.
Well, that's why stage magic's, that's why I don't like it, because
and they're
of
saying
that.
It ruins it. So
yeah, but David,
as much as you think you want to know, you don't.
David does up close, sleight of hand. You're literally sitting at a table with him.
You can't see it. It's like, how did you do that?
Right. It's done right in front of your face. And he also does mentalism. So yeah, it was probably the coolest one he did. And I've seen him do this before. He'll go around the audience and just ask them for different numbers, just at random. And he even called on Kellie. And Kellie gave him the number 13.
Because I always say 13.
And then I think he went to somebody else in the audience and had him go to a page in the book, any page they wanted to, I think, and read him off the page
Pick
number.
the first word out of the book or something. I don't know.
He went to 5 different people, and then he opens the sealed envelope, or somebody in the audience opened a sealed envelope that he gave him, and in the envelope was a freaking lottery ticket with those numbers on it. And sure as crap, right in front of my face, I'm looking at this thing, and it had 13, the number Kellie named, and all the other numbers. It's like incredible.
Yeah,
that blows me away. I don't know how he does them.
And Alan knows a lot of magic tricks. And
not
he's
how he
sitting
does
there,
that.
and it's like, I have no idea. I have no idea. So it's really a fun show, and he's going to be performing in small groups. Still we don't have the complete. You can't do the big arena tours yet, so it's real intimate. He's only doing shows for like 50 people or less, and so it's really a fun date night. It's fun to get a group together, and he's going to be doing these shows. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think he also goes up to the casinos up in Oklahoma sometimes, right? That's probably not.
He was going to WinStar for a while, babe, but I think now he's doing. If you go to his website, it shows you all the cities he'll be in.
But it's David Mugge, and it's Magee.
Yeah.
David Mugge, Magee.com, and you can find out about that. But he's got the sandwich and some love and endorsement.
David is
right there.
He is so funny, guys. If you get to know him, he'll spend time with you at the show too, just talking or whatever.
It's a funny show. He's really funny.
He's funny. David's a real funny guy, and
he's not like one of those creepy magicians.
Well, he can be creepy.
He
can be.
I know, but he didn't strike me as one of those oogie ones.
No, he's not. He's not. But he was there during the Hello Hand story.
Yeah.
So if you want to know Hello Hand and you can't get me, ask David. He'll tell you Hello Hand.
Okay.
He is actually the one that heard the Hello Hand story. He is part of the story. And I said, David, we're going to have listeners that are going to be wanting tickets, and you going to tell them Hello Hand? He goes, oh, yeah, I'll tell them Hello Hand. I will tell them exactly what happened. That's my David impersonation.
Well,
which you say doesn't sound like David.
I don't. Maybe he does that just with you. Maybe he saves that for you.
Oh, well, it was fun.
It was fun. We had a good weekend. I bought my hats. Oh, and my mystery. Okay, so another part of our weekend, I don't want to forget this. See, we always tease stuff and I forget. But before we headed west to Fort Worth.
Go west?
No, just west. Direction was west. But we didn't go west. Oh. We were going west to Fort Worth. Okay, so our boys have decided that they don't want to sleep in bunk beds anymore. They'd like to have their own beds. Great, that's
Same
fine.
room, though.
Yeah, they're fine with sleeping in the same room. They just want to be separate. So Alan and I just went on a little fact-finding mission just to see what's out there. And so we went to this big furniture store called Nebraska Furniture Mart. And
NFM, babe.
NFM.
Rebranded.
That's right, NFM. So we're looking around, we're upstairs, and I have to relieve myself. So I go and use the restroom.
I tooted.
And of course, we're wearing the masks and everything. And I just wash my hands and we leave the store. And of course, the minute we get out, we rip those masks off. It's like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, oh, because my hand then was like, what is that? I started smelling my hand. I said, honey, sniff my fingers. He's like, that's the grossest thing ever. I was like, no, smell my hands. They smell so good. It was like this cherry, delicious. My mouth started watering. I couldn't stop smelling my hands, as gross as it looked. I was like, I've got to find out what this hand soap is. And, I just got on Instagram just kind of to be kind of silly. And I said, hey, does anybody know what the hand soap is at Nebraska Furniture Mart? Because NFM, it smells so stinking good. Not stinking good. That would be the exact opposite of how it smells. But it's so good. You would not believe how many messages I got in my DMs about people like, oh my gosh, I've often thought the same thing. That hand soap smells so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. And then somebody messaged me and said, was the soap pink? And I guess I was like, I think so. I wasn't really paying, when you're washing your hands, you're not really paying that close of attention to what comes out of the dispenser. I said, I think it was. They said, it's pink soap. That was the answer. It's industrial pink soap. That's it. And she said that her husband works in a janitorial. Well, first, let me tell you this. Nebraska Furniture Mart. NFM saw my Instagram post and responded to me in my DMs and laughed. And they said, we saw your post. That's so funny. Nobody's ever asked us that question before.
Surprise.
But we'll see if I can find out for you. And I was like, I'm really surprised based on how many DMs I got. I guess people just don't think. And some smart butt wrote, why don't you just call them and ask?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to call Nebraska Furniture Mart. And the person, Nebraska Furniture Mart, hi, can you tell me what scent is in the bathroom soap? I don't
she'd
know.
tell you to go pound sand. I don't know.
What's the person answering the phone? They don't know.
Put an egg in your shoe.
Ask Instagram.
Exactly.
Person.
If you want to know,
trying to be smart,
who has long toes with thick bases and a big bulbous head, then ask Instagram.
Oh, well, that guy that was being smart butt. So anyway, then a woman wrote me and said, my husband works for he has a janitorial service, and she found it on Staples, and it was called Brighton pink hand soap. It was sold out everywhere. But at least my mystery is solved.
Boy, I tell you what, the things that ladies think about and think of.
But it's sold by the gallon.
Kelly comes running out of the bathroom.
Smell my fingers.
Yeah, and what's the first reaction you would have, dear listener, if your spouse came running out of the bathroom saying, smell my finger?
Well, I said it after we got outside.
It wasn't even like smell my hand. It was smell my finger, which is really not
lewd.
Well, it is kind of.
I was being funny. But anyway, mystery solved. So if you ever find, I guess at Staples, if they get this Brighton pink soap, Brighton. I think that's right. I put it in my Instagram stories. And I remember that because one of my cousins is named Brighton.
But it's just an industrial flavor,
pink soap. And apparently it's hugely popular. A lot of these mega office buildings ask for it because it is such a great scent. But I'm telling you, it's almost like cherries, I want to say. Love it. And I'll tell you another really good smelling hand soap. When we moved out of our last house before we moved into this one, I had one of those soap dispensers you put in the sink. I hate those things, by the way. I hate them because every time, the ones that are built into the counter of your sink and you have to screw the thing off and you put the soap in and it always bubbles up and you have to get the air bubble out and it always spills out. It's a pain in the butt. But when we moved out, I left some of that soap in the dispenser. And the woman messaged me about a month or two after we moved in. She goes, I know this is the silliest question ever, but could you please tell me what the scent of that hand soap was in the kitchen? Because it smells so good and we're out of it. It was the Equate brand.
Your husband bought that.
Walmart.
Yes, it was honey and milk.
It's honey and milk. Milk and honey and milk. It's the Equate. It's like the refill bottles you can get.
The huge bottle,
at,
like the really big one.
Walmart.
Yeah.
So that's two. If you can find the industrial pink stuff, delicious smelling.
Equate.
And then also the Equate.
Honey and milk. Yep.
Look at us making your lives better.
Look at there. Sandwiching some loving
that
with
little
the
happy news. But thank you to everybody. It was a fun little project working on
with
together.
the soap recommendations.
Getting to the bottom of the soap.
Yeah, that's I don't know, babe.
Alan wasn't at all excited, but
I
like working on a project together with listeners when we all embrace an idea
that's great.
And work toward a common goal and solve a mystery.
No, I think that's great. It's just I've never been a big What's the right word?
I was
I'm
my
not
olfactory senses are just
No, I get it. I'm not a huge cheerleader for industrial toilet products, though.
Well, if you meet one you really like, you would be.
You know, like the industrial green soap or the urinal pucks. You don't have urinal pucks. You probably don't know what those are, do you?
No, I do.
Urinal pucks and
I'm familiar.
and the urinal pads down at the bottom. The fake fly they sometimes put on the back of the urinal so you can aim at that thing. Those are all supplied by the same company. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now we know.
And all that real thin toilet paper that comes in those giant rolls.
Yeah, I hate that.
You got to pull the biggest wad of that stuff out.
Yeah, I accidentally bought single ply toilet paper at the beginning of quarantine.
And it would never, ever run out.
Couldn't get rid of it to save our lives.
I mean, what were they, like quadruple rolls or something?
I was so upset.
Yeah.
Finally got rid of it, babe.
Yeah. Some of our listeners in the live studio audience are asking, they have no idea what a fake fly is. Sometimes you'll see these at airports.
Mm-hmm. Because they know men are so nasty.
Right.
If you don't give them
you got to give them something to aim at.
It's like a contest.
Right.
Like it's like target practice.
Right.
It's like giving little boys in your potty training them Cheerios in the bowl to aim at.
See, my problem is when I go into the urinal, the water's so damn cold. I can't, it's deep too.
What does that mean?
That's a guy joke at the urinal. How you doing over there? Oh, the water's kind of cold. Oh, yeah, it's cold, isn't it? It's deep over here, too.
What does that mean?
It means you're so big, it's hanging into the urinal.
That's disgusting.
Well, that's the joke.
Smell my finger.
Oh, God.
Now we're both coughing. All right. The night air's getting to us.
COVID.
I'd say let's end on that note.
All right, babe.
I think we've covered everything we promised to do. Mystery solved, Fort Worth, David McGee, feet talk. Done with the questions. Hey, but I'm going to tell you something. We've got something really cool planned for the next podcast. You don't want to miss it.
Oh, yeah. We're going to introduce a new bit.
It's a new bit I'm very excited about. Alan, let me tell you. Alan was very upset with me about something until I found a way to spin it into a great bit for the podcast. And he suddenly got real excited about it.
I perked back up.
He perked right. So I took what could have been a very awful situation, and he would have rightfully been upset with me for wasting a lot of money. And somehow I've turned it around, and it's going to be a win-win situation for someone in our podcast family and for us.
I was like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and then Kelly watered me, and I perked back up.
So tune in next podcast and see how we can make this a mutual, agreeable situation. How's that?
Yeah, it'll be a good bit. And maybe by the next podcast, we'll have a Kelly's clap. I can never say that. Kelly claps back.
Yeah, I guess I've been really good lately.
No, I think you've been doing them still. But like I said,
You're so beat down, you don't recognize them anymore.
Gosh, I'm just so numb to them.
Yeah.
You've just been riding me like a...
Like a what? Like a riding lawnmower? Like a Brahma bull?
Which, by the way...
There are a lot of things. You could ride a Ferris wheel.
Which, by the way, our friend Erica and Greg that we went to the magic show with, Erica said she got on that rider and was mowing the lawn. I think that was pretty cool.
I used to do a riding lawnmower when I was a kid.
You used to drive a riding lawnmower?
Yes, and I used to drive it about... My mother Price moved into the neighborhood. She moved about 4 streets over, and I would ride it through the neighborhood to go to her yard and mow her grass,
Did you ever kill anything?
I accidentally ran over. I thought it was just a weed growing up crazy in the middle of her yard for no reason, and apparently she had planted something, and it just and it was I ran over like a baby little thing. That's it. No, I never killed anything except for a plant.
It's just a plant.
Yeah, I thought it was a weed going out of control. I was good. There was a lot of stuff I used to do when I was younger, when I didn't know any better, and I just did it anyway.
Yeah.
That's the good part about being young. You don't know any better. You just do it.
Yeah, yeah. And then you get old and...
You realize, oh my gosh, what was I doing?
You can't jump off a 2-foot platform into the pool.
Mm-mm.
All right, babe. Well, this was fun. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good content.
Thanks, honey.
Glad I brought all that.
Thanks.
Anything else you got?
No, we're done.
Oh, okay.
We're completely done.
Okay, good. Well, you go take some Delsum.
Man, I'm ready to be done with this, y'all.
And
It's
some Halls.
so annoying.
What else are you doing?
It's just at night it gets really bad.
Vicks on the feet. Speaking of feet again. Okay, but you'll be better on Wednesday.
Well, I hope so. I say that every podcast.
Okay, because on Wednesday we're going to podcast again real soon.
Yeah.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.